To beautiful Tuscany in Italy, where this weekend England's Ollie Bearman can potentially wrap up the championship and in doing so become the first English driver to win the Italian series. Well, there's a lot of excitement off track as well. Not only the new calendar for 2022 has been released, but also the brand new race car for 2022 as well has been presented to the racing world. Also on today's program, we check out the action from the first round of the Wsk Open Cup of Karting from Lonato. So stay with us on today's program, which starts right here, right now at Mugello. The circuit, known around the world for hosting thrilling motorcycle racing over the years, is now one of only a handful of tracks in the world to host World Championship, MotoGP and Formula One as well. It has been a popular stop for the Italian F4 Championship ever since the series' inception in 2014, and this year hosts the penultimate round of the series. After a dominant season so far, Ollie Bearman has a 78-point lead in the series and almost one hand on the championship trophy. But 29 other drivers will be trying to make that as hard as possible, including Germany's Tim Tramnitz, who is now second in the championship, the impressive rookie, the Mercedes-AMG Junior, Andrea Antonelli, and another highly rated young English driver named Ollie. Oliver Gray, who makes his debut in the Italian Championship in Car 19 for BVM Racing. Heavy rain overnight and throughout the morning practice had cleared by the time the cars hit the track for qualifying in Q1. Tim Tramnitz, eager to keep his championship hopes alive, was the first to set a time ahead of Leo Fornaroli and Sebastian Montoya. Championship leader Ollie Bearman lurking back in P8. Fornaroli, who remember recently surrendered second in the championship to Tramnitz, then responded, going P1 with a time of 1:47.834. As Bearman moved up to P4, just 0.2 of a second behind, but ahead of the two Joshuas, Dirksen and Dufek. With 4 minutes remaining in the session, Maya Werg slid off a still greasy track, bringing out the virtual safety car, just as the other female driver in the field, Hamda Al-Kubaisi, recorded the quickest speed through the speed trap, 229 k's an hour. Fornaroli looked set to take his third pole of the season until Dufek, on his very last lap, recorded a 1:47.690 to snatch pole away from the Italian. Montoya third behind the Iron Lynx driver, with Bearman fourth. Into pit lane for a new set of Pirelli slicks and back out for Q2. World-renowned Formula One engineer Jock Lear, who took Jacques Villeneuve to the World Championship with Williams, was down in pit lane, now working for Ferrari and overseeing the Ferrari Academy junior drivers, together with the Prema Power team. But it was the opposition Dutch team Van Amersfoort Racing with Bearman, Dufek and Nikita Bedrin, who were at the top of the times and looking the team to beat. Bearman marginally ahead of his teammates, with Montoya and Kirill Small the best of the Prema drivers, with Muka Motorsports South American Dirksen only marginally away from P1. Again, in the dying stages of the session, it was Dufek on top, not once but twice, with 2 flying laps, good enough for pole in race 2 and race 3 as well.
I'm super happy. I couldn't be more pleased, to be honest, and yeah, we had the pace in free practice 1 and 2, even in the rain, so I'm just glad we could take the pace over and bring it to qualifying and yeah, do such an awesome performance.
word to describe the first round of the WSK Open Cup: uncertainty. The uncertainty due to the ever-changing weather conditions, the uncertainty due to the various team and driver changes, and of course the uncertainty that is common in world motorsport. 4 categories with 250 drivers from 50 different nations represented. As ever, 60 Mini with 101 drivers was fantastic to watch. And in Friday qualifying, the Italian Davide Bottaro was fastest to take pole position. From there, divided into groups to race the 15 heats on the 1.2 kilometre South Garda karting circuit. And at the end of these numerous clashes, it was the Austrian Nicolas Schaufler and the Spaniard Christian Costoya on top. The 2 pre-finals on Sunday were run on a wet track, which was expected after an ominous forecast all week. And again, it was Costoya and Schaufler emerging on top heading into the final, whilst Emanuele Olivieri took 3rd place in pre-final A, but gave the impression of having something in reserve. The 10-lap final saw the leaders Olivieri, Jindra Peschel and Nicolas Schaufler breaking away from the pursuing peloton. The Austrian led briefly before Olivieri took over, but neither he could break free of his pursuers. The confrontation between the 3 lasted the entire race, until the very last lap when Schaufler attacked Olivieri at the paddock hairpin, taking Peschel with him. 2 corners from the checkered flag, Peschel tried to pass Schaufler. The 2 touched as Olivieri went around the outside to take a sensational win. Peschel was 2nd and Schaufler, a revelation of the weekend, was 3rd. 71 drivers in the OK Junior category, which is the next step after 60 Mini and an important test for these young talented drivers' future. Qualifying indicated that the Tony Kart racing team were going to be the favourites. James Agozzi and Enzo Tarvanishkel taking 1st and 2nd places respectively. The positive surprise from qualifying was the 3rd best time of the Hungarian Martin Molnar for the Revesh racing team. At the end of the 15 heats held on Friday and Saturday, at the top of the standings we found the American James Agozzi, who took 4 out of 5 heat wins, and Enzo Deligny of France, and again Molnar. On Sunday the rain came to complicate things. In pre-final A, Rashid Al-Daheri emerged as the winner in his first race for KR. The Emirati impressed with speed and a smooth style on a slippery track. Pre-final B was more than unlucky for at least 4 potential contenders. René Lammers, Dowie De Decker, Freddie Slater and Tiziano Monza retired from the pre-final and would watch the final from the stands. England's Harley Keeble won pre-final B in impressive style to line up on the front row of the grid for the final alongside Rashid. The weather had cleared for the final, meaning it was slick tyres. Off the start, Sharovsky launched into the lead as Rashid tried to pass Keeble, which allowed Agozzi by and ultimately into the lead, which he would not surrender. On the 11th lap, Keeble overtook Al-Daheri to take 2nd place, and from there the race ended with a Tony Kart 1-2. James Agozzi 1st and Harley Keeble 2nd. Rashid home in 3rd place. Driving for Cosmic, Luigi Coluccio took pole position in the 44-strong OK class. At the end of the qualifying heats, however, it was the English driver Joe Turney on top. With 2 heat wins and a 2nd place, he would start from pole in pre-final A, which took place on a still dry circuit and saw Niklas Zoloff take the win for DPK Racing. The rain started prior to pre-final B, as Tappanen excelled in front of Coluccio and the Red Bull driver Arvid Lindblad. It was no longer raining and the track was drying out for the OK final. At the start, Zoloff was quickest, taking the lead as Lindblad lost several positions. But Turney took just 3 corners to take the lead. Zoloff also lost 2nd place when Tappanen overtook him at the 2nd corner. On lap 9, Zoloff overtook Tappanen for 2nd place and carried Lindblad with him. From this point off the race, Solov consistently put in fastest lap after fastest lap to catch the leader Turney. He passed the Tony kart only for Turney to strike back immediately, a stunning repass that would ultimately win him the race. Turney crossed the line first, Lindblad was second, and Tappanen third. 2019 WSK Open Cup champion Giuseppe Palomba took pole position for Bearman in KZ2 and was the initial pace setter, along with the Dutch drivers Stan Pex and Senna van Walstein. In a wet pre-final, Palomba was forced to retire, meaning a grid 33 start for the Italian for the final. The pre-final was won by Pex from Van Walstein and Laurens van Hoppen. The Dutch drivers 1, 2, 3 on the grid for the final. The track was dry for the final, which saw Adrien Renaudin make an amazing start, immediately second behind Van Walstein and Pex. In the second lap, Pex took second place though and set off after his countryman. He did catch Senna van Walstein but could not get by. Senna first, Stan second for a Dutch 1-2, Renaudin third for a Soddy Kart 1-3. The second round of the WSK Open Cup will see the champions crowned. That's at Adria on October the 3rd. We'll see you then. Mugello, we race. Great jump from Josh Dufek. Right behind him, Ollie Bearman slots into P3 as Kirill Small goes in the grass as the field race up the straight, up the hill for the first time. Good start from Montoya. The Colombian-American goes down the inside of Josh Dirksen. Montoya slots into position 4. Nice start to race 1 under threatening skies. Threatening make that raining skies here at Mugello. As Small looks for grip, there's almost contact. Fornaroli, in fact, has lost his front wing. A disaster for the Italian, who was running in position 2 earlier on in the 2021 championship. Car 72, Leonardo Fornaroli for Team Iron Lynx, has lost his front wing. That car will near be undrivable as Tim Tramnitz slots in behind the championship leader. Ollie declared we're just a few drops. We've in fact got the safety car out on the circuit now. Debris on the circuit, the front wing of Leonardo Fornaroli. Oh, this is the reason why, big time. Worse than a front wing, Samir Ben has gone into the gravel, along with the girl from Abu Dhabi, Hamda Al-Qubaisi. A disastrous start for both. Nice restart. He gets the jump on Josh Dirksen, who has got Sebastian Montoya breathing down his neck. They come through the final corner and get the run up the start-finish straight, where they are touching just over 230 kilometers an hour. The green flag flies and Josh goes wheel to wheel with Josh Sebastian. In the background, we'll try and take both of them. Down the inside goes Montoya, and Dufek from the race lead has been mauled. He tries the outside, holds on to second place. Fantastic restart from Joshua Dirksen, goes into P1. Montoya is hassling the pole sitter big time. The championship leader, Ollie Bearman, sits behind in P4. So the Dufek in position 1. Montoya goes wheel to wheel, desperate to take the victory, take the win here this afternoon. Tries the high line as they race up into turn 1, into San Donato, and then it will be Luco, Poggio Secco, and the mattress corner, Matarassi, Borgo San Lorenzo comes next. Dufek under attack from Dirksen. There's the championship leader, Ollie Bearman, P4. A fantastic restart. Race 1 The penultimate round of the 2021 championship. Montoya on the outside. Will he hold the place? The answer for the moment is no. Watch Bearman down the inside, takes him. Nicely done by Bearman. There's Bearman in the background. Van Amersfoort Racing almost went 1, 2 and 3 for the moment. They're first. Second, he'll go to the left of your screen, to his right. Dirksen around the outside. They're 3 wide into the first corner. Dirksen holds off. Montoya around the outside. Nicely done by Sebastian. Takes him into San Donato, turn 1. Montoya now up onto the podium. The championship leader, Ollie Bearman, goes back to position 4. Dirksen has escaped this battle. And behind Nikita Bedrin, he's the top Russian in P5 from Main Straight. As they go wheel to wheel around the outside goes Dirksen. Will he take the lead? Turns down into turn 1. He's done it. He has done it. He's taken the lead for BWT Mugello Motorsport. But Dufek wants it back. They race through Luco, Poggio Secco, and the mattress corner. The sun comes out to shine. Here in the Tuscan countryside, it is Joshua from Joshua with Sebastian closing in on the back of them. Dirksen for the BWT Mugello Motorsport team accelerates, takes the checkered flag to win race 1 here at Mugello. A brilliant drive. Dufek heartbreakingly home in second place after dominating for much of the race. And starting from pole position, Montoya home on the final step of the podium.
Dirksen per il team Mugello Motorsport.
We race. Nice start by the championship leader around the outside. Takes his teammate, takes the pole sitter, and goes by Josh Dufek. Jonas Reed has stalled in the background. The field go by, and another rocket start from Montoya. Around the outside, the Prema Power Team driver splits the 2 Van Amersfoort Racing Team drivers. Another Prema Power Team driver in the gravel at the end of turn 1. There's Fornaroli, goes up the inside and tries to pass yesterday's race winner. Can't quite do it. Leonardo Fornaroli, who lost the wing at this stage of the race yesterday. A conservative start for the Italian in car 72. Antonelli pulls out of the slipstream. Nikita Bedrin. Andrea Antonelli as Montoya tries to take the lead around the outside of the championship leader. Ollie Bearman says no. An aggressive, strong start from the Colombian-American. Sebastian in car 6, all over the back of Ollie in 87. Conrad Lawson, incidentally, teammate to the driver who's almost going to go through and take the lead. That was he in the gravel on the opening lap as his teammate goes by. Sebastian Montoya, car 6, position 1. Means business here this morning. Nice pass to go by the championship leader. Montoya on the charge. There's his teammate Kirill Smiley in position 4. Back to Dirksen, Fornaroli of the race as the safety car is finally deployed, so the double waved yellow becomes a full course yellow, and the safety car, Conrad Larson, did manage to extract car 20 from the gravel. He has rejoined. He's down in 23rd place. We race. Nice restart by Montoya. Bearman's going with him. Will just get the slipstream as the green flag flies, and Fornaroli, he's dropped off drum nets. He didn't get the best restart. Fornaroli around the outside of yesterday's race winner. Bearman in second place. Kirill Small, what a move! Down the inside, holds off Dirksen and Fornaroli. It looked as though he was going to be passed. Kirill Small held on P4, just went in. So try the outside. Trumnitz almost makes the pass. Ducks back on the inside. Fornaroli goes too deep. And he takes the place. Nicely done by Tim Trumpnitz. Simonazzi and Meyer Werg as we take a look at the battle for position 1. Both these drivers looking for their maiden victory in the Italian Championship. Sebastian goes to his right, to your left. Josh Dufek from pole position around the outside. There is no space. As Montoya goes off the road, he's in the grass, just incredibly somehow holds on to it, but watch Kirill Small in the background. The Russian is catching the both of them. The fight between the two rookies trying to take their maiden victory in the championship now becomes a fight between 3. Kirill Small, the ruthless racing Russian, has closed right up on the back of the pole setter, Josh Dufek. Sebastian Montoya in the fight of his life. Tried his left side mirror, and Dufek pulls out there wheel to wheel at 230 plus k's an hour around the outside. There's Bearman in the background defending his championship lead. Tim Trumpnitz, Dirksen's in between. Dufek has gone through and taken P1. It's all gone wrong for Sebastian. Smell over the back of his Prema Power teammate down the inside, almost takes him, comes across the line to take the checkered flag. Josh Dufek with his maiden victory in the Italian F4 Championship. Huge congratulations. At the same time, heartbreak for Montoya, who finishes on the podium for the 8th time in 2021, but not yet on the top step. Small crosses the line to finish in 3rd place, ahead of yesterday's race winner Josh Dirksen.
Second position, Sebastian Montoya. The winner, Joshua Dufek. Team Wsk Racing.
For the final time this weekend here at Mugello, we race. Nice start by Fornaroli, but Dufek has got away smartly. Montoya goes wheel to wheel with the championship leader, Ollie Bearman, as they race down the straight up the hill into turn 1, San Donato, for the first time. A conservative start from Ollie Bearman, who can potentially win the championship here this afternoon, but certainly not, obviously, on the first corner. Good start by Santiago Ramos, who's going wheel to wheel with Tim Trumpnitz through the opening few corners of leader in position 7. Antonelli just ahead of Tim Trumpnitz. The young rookie ahead of the driver who can theoretically still take the championship. Antonelli in the gravel coming onto the straight. A huge moment for the rookie. Almost throws away his entire race there and then. 2 cars off on the opening lap of the race. And they've both done superbly well to regain their position on the track. Baptiste, and just then, Antonelli, he's come across the line in peak runway at some small regional airports around the world, and these cars are absolutely flying. Josh pulls out of the slipstream of Josh. Dirksen passes Dufek, and the BWT Mugello Motorsport driver has gone through. Fabulous pass to take position 1. Fornaroli saw that happen. The Iron Lynx team driver was just too far back to capitalise. Nikita Bedrin, after looking as though he would challenge for the podium, you can see he's come together with Montoya. Sebastian's lost the front wing as well. And there's just, he's in P4. This is what happened. That was the end of what happened. Dufek going around. Montoya losing the front. 5 and 6, Bedrin Small slides in spectacular fashion on the penultimate lap of the race. Last lap board next time round across the line. 2 from 3 this weekend. The South American for the German team wins race 3 in the penultimate round of the Italian F4 Championship. An absolutely stunning victory for Josh Dirksen. Fornaroli across the line in P2. And Nikita Bedrin, a well-deserved podium, holds on. Ollie Bearman has won the 2021 championship with a round to spare. With 281 points, he now is mathematically uncatchable and therefore becomes the first English champion of the Italian series, which has already seen 3 drivers graduate to Formula One in its short 8-year history. Now all comes down to the final race, the championship final. That's at Monza. We'll see you then.